It's me, Haley. Have you ever wanted to be famous? Like maybe the lead singer of a rock band? Hello, Cleveland! Woo! Or maybe you fancy yourself the lead guitarist. Can you picture it? A huge crowd of people watching you, cheering for you, chanting, Haley, Haley, Haley! Or, whatever your name is. That would be amazing! But, you know what? Most bands don't start off on top like that. Most bands start off in some where they practice playing music and they show lots of cooperation. Cooperation is working together to do more than you can do alone. Every member of a band plays an important part. Take one instrument away and it just won't sound the same. But you wanna know who I think deserves a little more credit in a rock band? The drummer! Think about it. Hey, Warren. The drummer supports the whole band. Without a drummer, who would keep the beat? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Warren. But with a good drummer, the band stays in rhythm. Drummers may not be the most famous, but they get to decide how fast or how slow the songs are. Plus, a drummer can make every joke just a little bit funnier. The drummer works together with the band to help support the singer. This gives a new meaning to the word Band-Aid. Do you get it? In today's story, we'll learn about a great battle fought by the Israelites. A battle that took all kinds of cooperation. They really had to band together. Get it? I'll see you in a few. Thank you, Oklahoma City! Yeah! Woo!
Hi, everyone. Today, we're going to look at another great story of cooperation from God's people, the Israelites. Now remember, cooperation is working together to do more than you can do alone. Now, God had promised to make the Israelites into a great nation. I mean, a big nation. But that took a long time to happen. For many years, the Israelites lived in slavery in Egypt. And then God sent Moses to set them free. So now they're free and heading into the wilderness, the desert. Their journey into the desert was full of big problems. Like sometimes they literally had very little food or no water. But God always came through and provided for their needs. Back then, most of the cities were protected by these big, thick walls and giant gates. This protected the people from attacks or being invaded. And the Israelites, they didn't have even a permanent home of their own, much less a walled or protected city. This left them wide open to attacks and their enemies, and before long, that's exactly what happened. Now, in the book of Exodus, we read that Moses led the Israelites to Rephidim. In this area, there was a fierce nomadic tribe known as the Amalekites. That's a fun word. They were some bad dudes. They were always raiding other people and other settlements. The Amalekites were strong warriors and used to battle, and they were known for their cruelty in war. The Israelites may have been a strong people, but they had hardly any experience in war. Plus, the Israelites were tired. They were worn out from their journey. When the Amalekites heard that a large caravan of Israelites was passing through, they felt like, wow, this is our perfect opportunity to attack. And they did just that. They attacked the Israelites. Now, you might be wondering, how did Moses react? What did he do? They were not warriors. They didn't know what to do. Did he take up weapons? A sword? Did he grab a slingshot from his shepherding days and a bag full of rocks? Small rocks? Nope, Moses did none of that. The Israelites' leader, he did something really odd. He talked to Joshua. He headed up the group of Israelites who went to battle. Now, I want you to check out what Moses said. I'm going to read to you guys Exodus 17:9. Okay, here's what it says. Choose some of our men, then go out and fight against the Amalekites. Tomorrow I will stand on top of the hill. I'll stand there holding the walking stick God gave me. Okay, he told Joshua, go to battle, and tomorrow I'm going to stand on top of the hill. I'll stand there holding the walking stick God gave me. Yep, you heard that correctly. While Joshua and his best men went to fight the enemy, Moses would stand above them on a hill holding this big stick in the air. It's the same staff, though, that he used and raised to split the Red Sea, and he used to strike the rock so that water would pour out of it. This stick has no special power, but it is a tool God used to perform miracles. Moses planned to hold his walking stick high in the air. It was his way of showing that God was with him, that they trusted God and believed that God would help them beat the Amalekites, that they would win. As they fought, Moses went to the top of the hill with his brother Aaron and his friend Hur. Moses stood on the hill and he held his walking stick up high in the air. Now, I'm going to read to you Exodus 17:11. This is what happens next. It's crazy. As long as Moses held up his hand, the Israelites were winning. But every time he lowered his hands, the Amalekites began to win. In order for the Israelites to win, Moses had to keep that stick raised high. You would think that holding a stick in the air would be no problem. But over time, even a walking stick can become very, very heavy. And Moses, he was old, and the battle was taking a long time. And remember, they were in the desert. The sun was beating down on him. This made holding that stick up in the air even harder. Moses was exhausted. But as long as his arm was raised and the stick was up, they were winning. But when his arm went down, they would start losing. Now eventually, Moses got tired and he ran out of strength. And when his arms got tired, they dropped. And the Amalekites did start to win the battle. But Moses, he wasn't alone. On top of that hill with Moses was Aaron and Hur. And when he got tired, Aaron and Hur found a stone and they placed it under Moses for him to sit on. And as his arms got tired, Aaron and Hur would hold his arms up to prevent the stick from falling down. This happened until sunset. Joshua and the Israelites were able to overpower the Amalekites and defeat them. They won the battle. This is an incredible story. God chose to use Moses, Aaron, and Hur to help Joshua and the rest of the men on the battlefield. You see, Aaron and Hur saw that Moses had a need. His arms were tired and going down, and they stepped in to help Moses keep his arms up during the battle. I wonder if Joshua and the Israelites knew what was even happening on that hill and how important Moses, Aaron, and Hur were to what was happening on the battlefield. I doubt the guys fighting ever looked up in the middle of the battle to see if Moses' arms were up or down. Imagine what would have happened if Aaron and Hur had left Moses and went to fight the Israelites. They would have started losing. Or picture what would have happened if Aaron and Hur just stood back and watched Moses struggle. What if they didn't step in and help? But none of that happened because they decided to work together. And God worked with all of them to do something miraculous. I mean, think about it. It was only because of Aaron and Hur that Moses was able to keep his walking stick lifted high the entire day. Aaron and Hur helped Moses succeed by working together and giving him the boost that he needed. Moses, with the help of his brother and his friend, were able to keep going. He held the walking stick in the air the entire day. That would be hard to do without help. And the Israelites defeated the Amalekites together with God's power. It took the cooperation of the warriors in battle, as well as the cooperation of Moses, Aaron, and Hur to win against the enemy. That's what we can do. We can work together too. We can work together to help someone succeed. That's our big idea today. Work together to help someone succeed. All of us need a little help sometimes. We don't have to face tough things alone. We can be there for each other. We can work together to help each other succeed. That doesn't mean that you hold someone's arm up in the air all day because they have a stick. There are lots of ways you can help others succeed. Maybe you could help a friend with their homework. Maybe you could help your younger brother or sister clean up their room. Not so fun, but you could. Maybe your friend is playing a soccer game or has a part in a play. You could go and cheer them on. I know. Maybe you could hug your mom or dad or the person who takes care of you and thank them for all that they have done for you. Jesus once said, "In everything, do to others what you would want them to do to you." That's Matthew 7:12. In other words, treat others the way you want to be treated. Jesus said that. We all need help sometimes, and when we do, we sure hope someone will be kind enough to come and help us succeed. That's why it's so important for us to lend a hand and to work together to help other people. It's a great way that we can treat others the way they want to be treated, which is what Jesus wants us to do. Don't forget the big idea today. It is work together to help someone succeed. I bet you've got some great ideas of how you can do that.